Yes, hello, my name is Aiden, and today we're going to be working on Speedy Spaceship, which is a game where you drive around space and try to avoid hitting things. Here's what the game looks like right now. We've got a spaceship we can fly around, and planets come across the screen, and if you get hit by one, you die. The idea for this new section is that you have to fly over a certain path, otherwise you'll die. So far, we've got this sections repeating and tiling nicely horizontally. So the next step is we have to figure out when the spaceship should die. Currently, we're not using SpriteKit's physics engine. We set the position of each planet and the spaceship by hand each frame, and we're detecting collisions using frame.intersects. Each object in the scene has a box around it, and each frame we check if the spaceship's box intersects with any of the planet boxes, and if it does, we know that we've died. The benefit of this approach is it's very fast to check whether one rectangle intersects with another rectangle. So this means that even when we have a lot of planets on screen, our frame rate stays up at 60 frames per second. The question is, how do we use this frame intersects approach for collision detection on a curved path? My first idea was to just add a whole bunch of boxes that roughly fit the curve. I decided against this idea because manually placing a whole bunch of boxes in code would take way too long, and I didn't think the result would work very well. I decided on idea 2, using a few rotated and scaled rectangles to better fit the curve. We've got our plan, let's get started. Okay, it's looking great. Now we just need to use some math to figure out if the spaceship frame intersects with the rotated curve frame. Just need to use some math. Just a bit of math. Just a touch of math. Let's just use some math. I think we'll use some math. Maybe a bit of math. Just need to use some math. Just a bit of math. Just a touch of math. Let's just use some math. I think we'll use some math. Maybe a bit of math. Just need to use some math. Just a bit of math. Just a touch of math. Let's just use some math. I think we'll use some math. Maybe a bit of math. Just need to use some math. Just a bit of math. Just a touch of math. Let's just use some math. Discouraged by my lack of math and the overwhelming feeling that I had chosen the wrong approach, I decided to sleep on it and come back the next day. Looking at it with fresh eyes, it seemed that I wasn't using SpriteKit the way it was intended to be used. So I decided to do an experiment replacing my current movement and collision detection code with the physics engine. Here, I've set up each obstacle to have its own physics body and to move by adding force. Now, one unexpected benefit of this is that the obstacles now collide off each other, which makes dodging them a bit more interesting. I'm happy with this, so let's get back to working on our curved path section. Finally, we've got something working. Now, the curved sections are using a collider that's generated based on the image texture. This isn't very performant, as you can see by the frame rate dipping below 60 several times. I'd like to revise this to be a path-based collider because I think that will perform much better. But for now, I'm going to call it done. Thank you.
Okay.